Welcome back to our channel. So today I'll be talking about the permanent migration planning program levels for the 2026-2027 financial year. Just like we know, the financial year in Australia is about to come to an end this month, and by next month we're going to have a new financial year. So what I may start, the immigration pattern is going to shift a bit. So different state we go back again to plan on some modalities or changes to be incorporated for the upcoming financial year. So, but the federal government has, done the planning level, and they've mapped out the number of quotas they're going to give in this coming financial year. So, on the 12th of May 2026, the Australian government announced that the 2026-2027 permanent migration program will be set at 185,000 places, which are the same as what we had in the current financial year. So we go down and see what the breakdown is. So the migration program planning levels by financial year. Let's see. So we're looking at the Commonwealth program, which is independent visa 189. The current year is 16,900, and for the 2026-2027 planning level is at 21,090. Yes, so that is a quite increase from what we are currently having. So what that means that more people will be invited via the 189 independent pathway. So the other one is the talent and innovation visa, which went down from 5,300 to 3,500. So from there we move to the employer program, that's employer sponsored visa. There is increase in employer sponsored visa. So what I mean is that people that want to be employed, like 482 visa and the rest of them, high chances of you having that in the coming financial year. So currently it's sitting at 44,000, and for the next financial year, everything being equal, and if this is actually implemented, then it's going to be 58,040 places for employer sponsored program. We're looking at state and territory program. For regional program, that is a 491 visa. And we saw a drastic reduction in the regional visa. So currently it's sitting at 33,000, and for the next financial year, it's going to go down to 14,110. So what I mean is there will be reduction in original 491 visa. Well, I think sometimes they try to compare and see balance things out. If you remember here, we said employer program sitting at currently 44,000, but at the moment is sitting at for the next financial is going to be 58,040. We saw an increase, and then this time, so they decided to decrease this. All of this is just to know where you have labor shortages, and then try to do some plannings to fill in the gap. So I think at the moment, Australian government feel that they need more employers to sponsor people like overseas people. It could be even be people who are currently unsure to fill in the gap, rather than pushing them through the 491 visa. Well, to some extent, it's also good because if other programs are being increased, the 491 visa takes you on a longer route. Like you need to be there for 3 years before you apply for a bridging visa that will make you to become a permanent resident. So if that is reduced, what I mean is that you have faster ways of becoming a permanent resident here in Australia. So for the state and territory nominated, that is 190 visa, we're looking at 35,500, and currently sitting at 33,000. So there is also improvement in this category as well. So yeah, we now move to the Australian family program, because Australia also consider family like you have a parent or you have a spouse who living outside Australia. So through some visa arrangement, you can bring them in, or you have your kids born outside Australia. So you can bring them in to come and join you. So we have the parent and child, the partner visa. Well, there is a slight increase from 40,500 to 41,500. The child visa from 3,000 to 3,500. You have the parent and other family parent visa. That one went down from 8,500 to 7,060. Yeah. Other family from 500 to 400 places. So that is it. Then you have you have special eligibility that was still remain the same. And if you look at total migration program, it has been the same for the last 3 years. I would say for the Albanese government, it has remained at 185 thousand. But like I said, differences in various categories just to fill in where you have a major need for uh, you know, like a workforce boost and the rest of them. So that it is, guys, for the planning level. Usually we do this just to give you guys an update of what is coming in the next financial year. It's still going to be the same. And what is made is that some just keep an eye there, because some states we start probably releasing new modalities, requirement for their states migration program. The federal one basically might still remain the same, but just like we said in the current financial year, so there are certain dates where invitation happens. So what I mean is that you just also have to keep an eye on when this invitation is going to happen. Check your emails every time, because there are situations where people are invited because they don't check their emails. That invitation will just waste. You don't want that to happen after you waited this long. And then also have a look, English test, your skills assessment letter. You want to double check that everything is still in date, and if any is going to expire soon, make out time to see how you can renew them. If it is English test, if it is going to expire, you need to write a new one. All of this is just to make sure that when you are invited and then you are asked to do documentation, everything should go smoothly. You don't want a situation whereby you are given invitation and one or two things missing at the end of the day, you lose that invitation. That is not going to be your portion. To avoid that from happening, you now have to be on top of your game. Make sure everything is checked upon, and then everything is in there, so that when you are invited, you are ready and you go into the process. I know some people are waiting for invitation. Please still be optimistic. All hope should be alive this financial year. It's going to be a year for those who are already invited. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you in Australia. I still remain Edwin. I will see you in my next video. Until then, do have a lovely day. Bye bye, guys. See ya.